Are you tired of searching for fast and fabulous teacher hacks here on YouTube? Well, I know how you feel. Today, I'm going to give you my 5 favorite places to go on YouTube to find all things teacher related that are going to help you in your classroom. Are you ready? Let's go. The first one is Dr. Jean. Oh, you guys. She is the OG of YouTube help. She has songs, she has classroom management hacks, she has ways to make books, art projects, all sorts of amazing things. I got to see her in person once and I felt like a fangirl, you know, like those Beatlemania, those girls screaming when the Beatles were playing back in the day. That's how I felt. And because she's amazing. So check out her channel. I'll put it in the description down below. If you've ever seen me do my letter chart with who let the letters out, that's where I got that. Kiss your brain. That's Dr. Jean. She is amazing. So check her out. La, Dr. Jean. Number 2 is Harry Kindergarten. When I started teaching kindergarten again after a few years out of kindergarten, I knew right away I needed some help. And Harry Kindergarten does not disappoint. So many songs for teaching objectives, classroom management, just plain fun for your kindergarten and first grade classroom. Harry Kindergarten, you gotta go and you gotta subscribe. He is the best. Some of the videos that I used a lot from him were the counting ones that we did from counting to 100, because if you're like me, you know, you're counting as a whole class, you're like 76, 78, 77. But his video, it just keeps the energy up. The kids are going and you're just like, yeah, 78, 79, 80, woo. He is a lifesaver. You're going to love him. Harry Kindergarten. I will put his link in the description down below. Thank you, Harry Kindergarten. Number 3, staying with the theme of songs, is Jack Hartman. He is also one of the OGs. So many educational songs that are going to hit all those learning objectives. He is great. The kids love him. The songs are catchy. You just can't go wrong with a Jack Hartman song. The next one, number 4, is, unfortunately, I couldn't find his channel again. It is Dustin Smith, teachertipster.com. If you type it into Google, you'll find some random things from him. I hope someday he decides to come back and redo his YouTube channel because he has nuggets of greatness. Here are some of them that I remember doing in my classroom. The first one. This. I've showed this before. What you do as a teacher is you take these, you know, you can get a pack of 924 of these. You cut them into little pieces, right? You have a whole big pile, and say you're doing an activity where the kids need to be highly attentive to what they're doing. You're walking around making sure that they're doing what they need to do. Maybe it's a test. Maybe it's an assignment that is extra, needs some extra concentration. Maybe it's like a reading time that they're supposed to be reading, and you have kids. All right. So you go around, and kids who are doing an extra good job, you place one of these on their desk. They keep it so that next time they're doing an assignment, let's say a math worksheet or something like that, they don't want to do number 3. So they pull this out and they unstick it and put it on their paper so that when you're correcting it, you're like, oh yeah, oh, you don't have to do number 3. These are magic. Dustin Smith, Teacher Tipster. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you use this in your classroom. It's magic. Magic. Another tip from him is he showed us how to use sponges to make a graph in your classroom. So you're like, it's Groundhog's Day, right? And you have the big old piece of butcher paper and everybody gets a little groundhog paper. No. You write on your whiteboard, did the groundhog see a shadow? Yes, no. And you use the tray and everybody goes over and they stack underneath their column which one they like. Then you can say, oh, let's see. 4 people said, yes, the groundhog will see a shadow. And 2 people said, no. Who can tell me a math sentence that goes with this? All right. And as you can see, these stack up just perfectly. When you have a classroom set, you can have multiple things. They get stacked up on the tray. It's easy. It's visual. And the best part is when you decide to do we used to do like graphs all the time because this was so easy. They'd be like, let's make a graph to see who won or who, you know, it's like, who wants indoor recess? Said no teacher ever. But let's have a class vote. So I would pass these out. What's so great about these is when you pass them out and if you accidentally miss, and it hits them in the face, nobody gets hurt, right? Kids love it when you throw stuff at them. Throw a sponge. Make a quick little graph, and then you can see and have some math talk. Oh, 4 is greater than 2. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus the other 3 in this column, 9. Oh, so 9 kids voted for this, this, or this. Okay, so great, so easy, and so visual, right? Try this. Thank you, Dustin Smith. He has so many great chants and things in his classroom. Oh, how about using, here's one that just popped in my head. How about using a staple puller to undo icky shoelaces? You know, it's gross. Their shoelace is wet for some reason. They've had it in their mouth or some other reason. And they're like, untie my shoe. And you're like, oh, I can't. And it's stuck tight because it's wet. You just get the little staple puller and it comes right off. Are you kidding me? That is magic. And one last one from Dustin Smith, teacher tipster, is he did pizza pages. Now I have just a crumble box because I don't do pizza anymore, but I do cookies. And so what he did as an early finisher activity, if you ever had leftover, in fact, you know, sometimes you make just an extra copy or so and you don't know what to do with it. Well, you put them into the box. All right. And when kids are done with their regular work, they can go and do what he called pizza pages. You can do them, call them cookie pages or whatever you like with a box. And when they get done with the extra sheet, these extra sheets that you've made copies of, they redo it. So they've already done the work, right? It's a copy of something that they've already done. They go and they redo it again. And so it reinforces an objective. It keeps them busy learning, practicing their skills. When they're done with them, they put them in the box, and at the end of the week, you randomly pick out 3 people for a prize. Maybe it's even something as simple as the prize is one of these, okay? They die for these. So he did pizza pages. I don't have a pizza box, but I have a cookie box. So, all right, perfect early finisher solution. And the last one, number 5, is the kindergarten readers. If you are struggling with your classroom management or teaching kids whole group reading ideas, I recommend the kindergarten readers. I will put that link in the description down below. I watched those videos over and 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 over. And I would go back to my classroom and I would try something out. And I would go back to my classroom and try something out. And I would watch another one and I would go back to my classroom and try something out. She is amazing. She is amazing with classroom chants, classroom management, teaching skills, being systematic. If you do whole group and you feel like you're going too slow or you're not very engaging, check out her videos. She rocks it. And the way she does it, at least for me, I felt like, hey, I can do that. I could do that. And you can make up your own chants, use hers, modify it. You will not go wrong with the kindergarten readers. All right, so there are 5 places you can go on YouTube, or with Dustin, you can find him throughout the internet that will help you in your kindergarten and first grade classroom. I hope you find these little gems as amazing as I did. They help me so much in my classroom. I think they're going to help you in your classroom. Thanks for spending time with me today. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Remember, the creator of the universe loves you, and I think you're pretty amazing too. If you're a follower of Jesus, make sure you're spending time in your Bible and praying. Pray for your students as well. Putting Jesus first really does make a difference in your stress level and how you conduct your classroom. I love you. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.